Well, good evening to you all. I'm real pleased and honored to be speaking here tonight and receiving this award. For 34 years, I have been fighting a plastic giant on the Texas Gulf Coast. It's Formosa Plastics, Taiwan-based, and an international polluter. I was 40 years old, I had 5 kids, and I was working in a fish house. Now I am 74. It should tell you you're never too old to do this. Yeah. Thank you. When I started, I had no experience, no support, no money, and people mostly said I was crazy. They said I was a hysterical woman. They told me to go home. They said, go back to the kitchen, Diane. And they would tell my husband, can't you control your wife? I would call meetings about the threatening pollution and the destruction of our fisheries, and the main people who showed up was industry. They had video cameras in the back, video and everything. They even once brought a stenographer and set her down in the front row. And you know, that scares people off. Then they threatened to sue me, and that scared off all of my board of directors. I couldn't find a board of director for ages. And when I didn't stop then, they tried to bribe me. And when that didn't work, a helicopter landed in my front yard, shots were fired, and my dog was killed. Then my boat was sabotaged, and it nearly sunk with me on it. And when I had a demonstration, the company hired 300 workers and paid them overtime to picket me. But I persisted. And the reason And I want you to know, the reason I persisted was because the bay was alive to me. She was family. When I was a kid and we lived near the water, I walked on her shores and I waded in her waters, and I literally, when I was around 5 years old, I could see the water, and she was just like my grandmother. And I vowed that company was not going to get the bay. They were getting everything from the state of Texas, from local officials, but they were not going to get the bay. There comes a time when the home needs defending, the line needs drawing in the sand, and those that dare cross it go at their own risk. Now, you might ask how do you draw the line when you don't have experts, you don't have lawyers, you don't have allies, and you don't have money? Well, you use your body. I did civil disobedience when I didn't know what civil disobedience was. And I did hunger strikes when I had no idea what a hunger strike was. And I have now done 13 hunger strikes. Because the funny thing is I found out that civil disobedience works. When you put your intention out there and you take your body along for the ride, things happen. And a famous man once said, "A reasonable man adapts to the world, but an unreasonable man makes the world adapt to him." We are all too well behaved. We have to become unreasonable for this planet Earth. I just want to say, throughout this journey, I've lost a lot of stuff. I lost my marriage, I lost my boat, I lost my job, I lost a lot of friends, but the funny thing is how you can lose it all, but you gain your soul. So I'm gonna leave y'all with two thoughts here. One, your actions matter. They all matter. And number two, and Nancy, I hope you're hearing this, is that we need to hold these companies accountable in Texas, but especially in Vietnam, where we're now fighting a battle against Formosa Plastics to make them accountable for destruction of the fisheries and over 7,000, the lives of 7,000 Vietnamese fishermen. Thank you all very much. I appreciate it.